What up, y'all? It's the Jokerz Gallery right here on the Fago Lovers Network. Another edition of 5-Piece coming at you today, just a few days away from ICP's Bloody Sunday show. As soon as that was posted, I know everybody reacted to that shit like, man, that's a dope-ass fucking idea. We're going to break down the songs that we hope they play, the darkest songs of ICP's career. Before we get into our list, introduce the panel right here beside me. You got the host of Speaking Clout Podcast, Mr. Mike Sears.
Well, Mike Sears, Speaking Clout Podcast, Jokerz Gallery, 5-Piece. You know the fucking vibes.
Doing the punches for Mike. Right below me, you got the Larry King of the Underground representing Trife Life for Life, LukeTheGoon.com, and Goon Management, Mr. Luke the Goon.
I'm disappointed Mike doesn't throw the punches no more. I got thrown more.
He keeping it alive down there, though.
Like what? 2 days from now, Sam Hain ceremony, October 29th, New Haven, Indiana, Carl's Tavern. All the VIPs are sold out. You can still get tickets. LegionRealm.net. Clockwork E, Noise, Dean, the whole Goon squad crew are going to be there. It's going to be fun. So show out.
Right there beside Luke, we used to call him the Vince McMahon of Monday nights in the Underground. I call him the Triple H of the Underground now because Triple H done took over. You know him from beneath the dirt, Mr. Rone Bone.
What's up? Thank y'all for having me on again. Love the 5-piece.
Yes, sir. Whenever we got some dope ass lists, you know, we got to get Rone Bone on to join us. And like I said, talking about ICP's darkest tracks of all time. As soon as the show was announced, people was like, man, that's going to be fucking fresh. They said they're not going to throw Fago. They're going to throw blood. It's on fucking Devil's Night. You just can't get much better than that when you're talking about Wicked Clowns, Hallowicked time of year. Before we get into breaking down our top 5 evilest ICP songs of all time, last week we talked about Bizzar. Go ahead and let our viewers get their thoughts in on Bizzar. Had quite a few of them.
Let's see. We got Johnny Timestamp up in here. Number 5, Let's Go All the Way. 4, Questions. 3, Behind the Paint. 2, Crystal Ball. And number 1, Tilt-A-Whirl.
I don't know how many of y'all know Johnny Timestamp or not, but I know that motherfucker because I'm always looking for clips to use for this show. And this motherfucker goes into like concert fucking clips and fucking gives you the timestamps of all the dope songs. So I wanted to get his shit on there just to shout him out for all the times he saved me fucking 45 minutes looking through a fucking video.
All right, next we got Bayer Head. Number 5, Cherry Pie. Number 4, Take Me Away. Number 3, Tilt-A-Whirl. Number 2, Behind the Paint. And number 1, Mr. Happy. I've noticed a pattern here. I don't think any of us had Tilt-A-Whirl on our list, and I've seen it in the past 2 ones.
That's what I was going to say. I put those on there because I was thinking it was such a lock. It was kind of a iffy with my 5, Mr. Happy or Tilt-A-Whirl, and I went with Mr. Happy because I figured it was more likely that Tilt-A-Whirl was going to be picked by somebody else. Nobody ended up picking it. So watching that episode back, I was definitely shocked. And you can see by the viewers that it's a pretty dope track in most Juggalos' opinion. Dope track. Like we said, there's no wrong answers on either of those albums. They're so dope. Hard to pick just 5. We were going to do Bizzar one week and then Bizzar the next, like break them up into 2. But whenever ICP announced this show, we were like, well, we got to do the top 5 wickedest songs right before Bloody Sunday. So we ended up combining them. So that was hard to pick just 5 from those 2 classic albums.
And we got Big Yogi 580. He's got 5, Please Don't Hate Me. Number 4, Tilt-A-Whirl. 3, Crystal Ball. 2, Behind the Paint. And number 1, Take Me Away.
That was more on target with our list last week. I put that on there because I found the clip of Shaggy playing the acoustic live for Please Don't Hate Me, but the sound quality is horrible. It's from like a fucking handheld camera from 2000. So I added the studio track over it. So it sounds almost like watching a music video, but it's got like the footage lined up and synced up to the lyrics. So if anybody didn't check that, peep that out because that ended up turning out pretty fresh. I didn't even know if Shaggy was playing acoustics. Like I said, the Bizzar show in my area got fucking shut down by a riot. So like literally a couple months ago, I seen Shags playing the acoustic on stage. I was like, what the fuck?
All right, lastly, we got Psycho Michael official. So he did both of them. So Bizzar 1A. He's got Let's Go All the Way, Let It Killa, Mr. Happy, Crystal Ball, Juggalo Paradise at number 1. And Bizzar 2A's, he's got Fearless, Behind the Paint, Rainbows and Stuff, Pendulum's Promise, and Take Me Away.
Yeah, he put both of them on there, and like I just talked about, we planned on doing that, so I wanted to get one of the viewers that did that because, like I said, so many classic songs on that fucking those 2 albums. It was hard to put just 5, but we did it anyway, so we could get to this show that we're talking about today, most wicked songs of ICP's entire career. Go ahead and start it off at the 5 spot for me with Under the Moon.
Lonely,
this isn't like your traditional shit of like murdering people or shit like this. This is like mental torture, which would fuck me up worse than even like I'd rather be murdered than fucking mentally tortured in prison till I die. And added on to that, like not only are you sitting in prison, which will turn you fucking crazy. Like I always watch all those fucking prison documentaries. You spend enough fucking alone time in prison, you're going crazy. But also add to the fact that the reason you're sitting in prison no longer gives a fuck that you did what you did to get in prison for her, because the chick that he fucked the dude up that was fucking with her ends up not giving a fuck about him. So imagine like adding that weight on to also being locked up for the rest of your life in prison. That's like mental torture to me, and that's like worse misery than I fucking chop my head off with a machete before you lock me up in prison for 40 years, torture me to death. So Under the Moon, it began like people just like would hear the "we'll always be together because we're both under the moon," and a lot of like juggalos and juggalettes, like early like songs that they would have for their couples would be this song, because like I said, they would just listen to that line and not really pay attention to the rest of the song. But if you pay attention to the rest of the song, that wasn't a very good song to be your like juggalo couple song. But man, it's fucking gets in my head whenever I listen to it about that misery that he's going through. And he portrays it so well. At the beginning of the song, he's mellow. He gets more and more irritated and aggravated throughout the song. Just another classic songwriting ability that Violent J shows quite often. I'll put Under the Moon at the 5 spot.
Dope. What's on my list? Number 5, you're going to 1995. We're going to Riddle Box. Old Evil Eye.
I was on the road to the door for pay. Anybody, everybody, they hate me. I can tell when they spit and degrade me. There's only one house left, the last on the block. Old man Willie on the hilltop. I really don't know the door creeps open. If it ever was, staring and scoping. The man's left eye red, blink and tripping. I was tripping. See ya, I ran home. I couldn't stop thinking about his eyeball winking and blinking. And then it looked not a damn thing like the other. Shit of a patch of a motherfucker. Hypnotize me, mesmerize me. Traumatized, terrified, terrorize me. Creepers, where'd you get that ball? It's not how it even fits in your skull. I wanna bring it all night to stick it in. I wanna lift his iron and kick it in. He's gotta die. I wanna die buried in my backyard. I need it all. Old man up in the state, cause I don't fucking play. Anyway, I gotta go a maze, gotta rust and revolver, put the silver bullets in. I'm playing, I'm one right to his nugget, cut my drawers with the bucket. It's time to go fuck it. I was looking up to his neck when he came to the door. I really didn't know what I was in for. First I told that stand, no one gaze, no one stare. Kinda like there was no one there, how weird. My body goes with the blink of his eye. Even lies and the chills up my spine. What to do, what to do. I gotta try to break, I gotta try to make my way through the gate break. I can't move, I'm stuck to the ground. What the fuck was that? I think I heard a sound, turn around, there it was. Staring at my face, this little old man's eyes. Think of me a mental case. That's when I felt the pain deep inside, deep inside. Now his eyes open wide. I wanna take more knife and stick it in. I wanna lift up his eyelid and kick it in. He's gonna die. I want his eye buried in my backyard. It ain't hard. I'm killing no evil eye. I guess the motherfucking question is, are you down with the love? So evil. light? How did it get so evil? Tell me, where'd you get that evil light? How did it get so evil? Where'd you get that evil light? How did it get so evil? How did it get so evil?
You know, that whole fucking Little Box trifecta, track 13 to 15 is just fucking chef's kiss. Fucking love this song. Edgar Allan Poe, they took it from. Just brilliance. You know, Shaggy Two Dope got my favorite verse on the song. He just kills it, you know what I'm saying? And of course, the main line that they both say, you know, on a big long knife to stick it in. I want to lift up his eyelid and kick it in. He's gonna die. I want his eye buried in my backyard. It ain't hard. I'm killing old evil eye. Fucking fire. That evil eye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
fucking good, man.
The audio goes so perfectly with the material of the song, man. It just makes you be in that fucking moment. And like you were talking about with Two Dope, that's one of my favorite Two Dope verses of all time. I remember hearing that one whenever I first bought Riddle Box. It's like, God damn, you didn't think of Shaggy as like, you know, on par with Jay. Shags was almost the hype man early in the career. And then you hear that Riddle Box, man, especially on that track, you hear that shit. You're like, damn, he needs to get more mic time.
I always say Riddle Box is Two Dope's coming off party.
Yep.
He's
Straight up.
real shit on there, you know. But yeah, my number 5 is Old Evil Eye, man. Just incredible. I can't say enough good things about it.
Y'all never forget in school, like I don't remember, it was like probably like 7th, 8th grade. Like they were, I never knew that Old Evil Eye was like an actual like poem. And so like the teacher starts reading the poem, and then I start saying the words to the whole poem off of just memory. And I'm like, that's Old Evil Eye, bro.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's like
I'll never
that
forget
was one of those rare days in school where I paid attention.
Yeah, that old Telltale Heart, Edgar Allan
Yo.
Poe.
They have a roller coaster here locally at Holiday World called the Raven, based on like Edgar Allan Poe. It's all creepy and shit. And whenever you're waiting in line, I'm always singing fucking Old Evil Eye in my head. I always thought like, man, they should be playing this over the speakers instead of like they'd play like just cheesy like eerie music. Like, man, they need to get like a clean version of Old Evil Eye to play for this shit.
Hell yeah.
So for my list, I did kind of like most disturbing songs, like stuff that not necessarily the highest kill count, because ICP mostly, like I was like going through the records and I'm like, there's not really stuff in here that's like super dark, because I think the reason we all like ICP is because they add that humor into it, and they always do it in a lighthearted way. So it's like they really only have like one or sometimes no really dark songs on their records. Like if you look at like even like Jeckel Brothers doesn't really have anything on there that I'm like, oh shit, that's like this is everything on there is a little bit lighthearted. So minus this song, most of my songs are not high kill count or not like super fucking. So anyway, my number 5, I wanted to preface what I did with my list. Number 5, I got Walk into Darkness off of Hell's Pit.
like a sheep slaughtered on the side of the road. As for that crooked choir, I set that place up on fire. As they came out better than heads like I was Mark McGuire. I'm in the darkness. They turn your world upside down and make it rain hell. They turn your world upside down and make it rain hell. They turn your world upside down and make it rain hell. They turn your world upside down and make it rain hell. And I'm knowing it well, and I got a problem showing it and coming to Jesus.
This is one that's just like super fucking dark, kicks off Hell's Pit. Like, and then Jay, it's like when Jay kicks up that fucking first verse, in the name of the witch, I cut the head off a mule. I gutted it out and put it on, and then I wore it to school. They ain't the only thing I wore. I wore a clip and some rounds. A fucking killer with this mule head, and I'm clipping them down. Like that, like that's kicking off Hell's Pit, bro. That's like telling you, like, we're coming for your throat in this fucking record, man. And then Shag's verse is about like shooting up a preacher and like fucking leaving him as like on the road and shit, and burning down the choir and shit, bro. It gets fucking blasphemous. It's just a wicked ass song. I have to imagine they're gonna play this at the Bloody Sunday show. Like I can't imagine. I can't imagine them not. I'm almost gonna say they're gonna start the whole show with the song.
Yeah, they started concerts with it because it's so dope. They both come out in like priest outfits, holding the fucking staff with a head on it and shit. Like they do it right. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if that song's on the fucking set list.
Yeah, just wicked as hell. So
Until that crooked choir, I set the place on
Place
fire.
up on fire.
When they came out better than heads like I was Mark
Mark
McGuire.
McGuire.
I'm in the darkness. That shit hard, bro.
And you think about like Shangri-La was opening up and Walking to the Light, and this was Walking to the Darkness, so it was a perfect like opener for the album too. Couldn't have done it any better to show you that it was going to be the total opposite of what Shangri-La was.
mhm.
Fuck it.
Oh yeah. All right. Go up to my number 5. Let's see. We're going to Carnival of Carnage. Guts on the ceiling.
Said to my little friend, get the fuck off me, boy! Oh, you never guess what's up. My monkey head blew up. My chin's in the old man's backyard. I gotta sneak through his yard to find a further mucker. And he's got a pit bull dog, and it's sitting on my chin like a frog on a log. I throw a bone and try to distract, cause I'm wanting my chin back. I'll never be one to boast, but there's my tongue hanging off the light post. Cause my head exploded, and my brain's unloaded. All over this beautiful city, teeth and bones to the nitty gritty. There's my eyeball stuck to the wall, right next to my splattered jaw. I don't dig this game, chasing my brains all through the sewer drains. My head's all over the block, cause I done went lunatic tick tock. Come on, dog, what's wrong with my head? It blew apart, but I still ain't dead. I get no respect, I got nothing but guts hanging off my neck, but I'm still chillin', even with my blood and guts all over the ceiling. Chillin', guts all over the ceiling. I'm chillin', oh, you never guess what's up. My mocking back blew up. If you come across the spine, best believe it's mine. Oh, forget about my tongue.
splattered back. I'm trying to rap to this freak, but she can see my ribs all in the street. Then the chit chat went dead. She noticed that I ain't got no head. I think I hit my heart, but damn, it got hit by a smart bus. It landed in Pontiac, so I tell my mellow to send it back. Come on, why did my back blow up? Look for my guts, look for my guts. I got a call from Nate DeMac. Says he might have found part of my back. Then bring it on over, Ace. I got slabs all over the place, but I'm still chillin', even with my blood and guts all over the ceiling. Southwest Jeckel done blew up my head. I got me back, but I ain't dead. Southwest Jeckel done fried my brain. I got no head, but I got no head. Hello?
Yes, can I speak to a Jokerz, please?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, check it out, man. Lacey said he's seen your large intestines, man.
For real, where they at?
Hanging from a telephone wire in Burner Junction.
Cool, man. That's for real?
Yeah, man.
Alright, man, I'm about to go get them down and I'll give you a call.
Man.
Alright.
Check you out, dog.
You never guess what's up. I'm down on my luck. Got no head. Said I got no head. Southwest Ghetto Zone. It done fried my brain.
I'm chillin', I'm illin', with my guts all over the ceiling. I'm chillin', I'm illin', with my guts all over the ceiling. I'm chillin', I'm illin', with my guts all over the ceiling. I'm chillin', I'm illin', with my guts all over the ceiling. I'm chillin',
I done lost my brain. And the game is mine. And your chicks like me.
This song right here, maybe not the darkest, but when ICP was doing the live streams and they were talking about the albums and breaking down every song, you know, what was the meaning behind all the songs, I think this instantly became one of their most wicked, dark songs just based on that story. You know, Violent J told a story about one of his childhood friends' father killed himself in his trailer. And the kid took him to the trailer and they like didn't even clean it after the dude blew his brains out, and there was fucking brain matter on the ceiling, blood everywhere. And that was the inspiration for the song. And instantly, like, I already liked Guts on the Ceiling before that story, but like instantly it just made that song so much better. Because that dude, that story of just imagine seeing that going to a fucking trailer somewhere, trailer park probably in Detroit, right? And just that's fucked up, man. That's super fucked up. And I just love the feel of the song. It's kind of slow. Violent J not super hype on the track. You never guess what's up. My fucking head blew up. Like, and then he just goes off talking about losing all his body parts throughout the whole song. Just a dope ass song, and that story just made it even better, and that's why I put it at my number 5.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I've been listening to that song for over 20 years when he told that story. And like as soon as he told that story, that song got so much fresher. It's like that shit got real. I knew as soon as you said that, like you was gonna say the same thing, because anybody that's seen that, that's a stick with you. He's just like, he just like he said his friend just casually said, yeah, that's my stepdad's brains. They didn't clean it all off up on the ceiling, and he wrote a song about it. Like, how did that not come out? Dude's done countless interviews on TV, fucking radio, magazines, wrote a fucking book, then fucking did an audio book with like 5 extra hours in the motherfucker. That story never came out. So I want to hear like any other fucking crazy ass stories about some of these songs once I heard that shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. I love that shit, man. And happy birthday, Carnival of Carnage just turned 30.
Oh yeah, hit that big 3-0. That's crazy, man. Move it up to my 4 spot. Just talked about Hell's Pit. I'll take it to Shangri-La with Hell's Forecast.
It will be a thump on the roof. It was followed by crashing, more thumping ensued. I jumped out of my bed thinking I've been invaded. Her smashing, more pounding, the sound escalated. Looked out of my window, blood dripped out on glass. They see bodies lay twisted and mangled and grass. I ran into the main room and Shaggy was dead, so was Dave. The man jumped steady and then he bolted out of my house to see if it's a joke. I heard hundreds of car alarms, soft things and smoke, and the sky above when I see dead bodies falling. It's swelling with corpses, the blood is on fire. Mama told me when it rains, it pours. I never mentioned dead body, dead body. Mama told me when it rains, it pours. I never seen so many horrified looks on people's faces. I hope I never see what other people saw and put them in their places. The sun was so hot. So I was burning. Mama told me when it rains, there'll be some stacking piles on all of their faces. Pure horror, no smile. I ran when naked mangoes, no twisted for days. Under a tree, only fingers and organs come falling out. I'm about Sunday. The heat of the sun making corpses like glowing. Feet beep and blood through my problems of body. Through what was my hope. Truth is I'm the one dead and this is my hell thing. Told me when it rains, it pours. I never mentioned dead body, dead body. Someone told me when it rains, it pours. Dead body.
This is another one that once the World Trade Center shit happened, and I seen a fucking film documentary where there was people jumping off of it and landing on roofs, and you could hear them and see them hitting the fucking roof. Like that shit got real. And this song like was written at that same time, so I've always wondered if Jay seen that same shit from the 9/11 shit of people jumping out of the building and wrote this song. Even if not, though, it's fucking like one of their darker songs. Something had woke me, a thump on my roof. It was followed by crashing, more thumping ensued. I jumped out of my bed thinking I've been invaded. Heard smashing, more pounding, the sound escalated. Looked out of my window, blood dripped down the glass. I see bodies lay twisted and mangled on grass. Like he's basically describing that. If you were sitting in a fucking like coffee shop during 9/11, you could have been singing that. You could have literally been seeing that shit happen. So just like Rone was saying, with it getting more real, like anytime something can actually happen in an ICP song, like I think that's what I was talking about with Under the Moon, that makes it so scary. It's something that could actually happen to you. I mean, happens to people fucking every day. And this one actually, you know, whenever you look back at the 9/11 shit, this shit actually happened to people sitting in those fucking coffee shops and shit. And then the chorus of it's super dope. Mama always told me it rains, it pours, but never mentioned dead bodies, dead bodies. Mama told me when it rains, it pours. La-di-da-da-di-da-da. That shit's dope, man. One of those classic like clown chants. Love that song. So Hell's Forecast at the 4th spot.
That's such a dope fucking song.
Excellent choice, brother. That shit turns 20 in a couple of weeks.
Yes, sir. We're doing our top 5 songs from the original deck to celebrate it, because it basically, you know, the story was kind of concluded right there when Shangri-La dropped. So we're gonna do our top 5 songs from the OG deck.
Fuck yeah! Number 4 for me, we're going to 1999, the Amazing Jeckel Brothers, featuring TwiZtiD, Dark Lotus shit, Echo Side. first thing heard from Jeckel Brothers. Little sample they put out, a little single. Fucking love this song so much. Just all of them just trading bars about something worse than hell. I fucking love it, man. It's so fucking good. I love the part when they're just trading bars, like talking about Damien and how a wicked man with the long black tongue saw Damien's legs were dead. She laid on top of Damien and then licked the back of his neck and said, and then it's like that fucking, you can't make it out. It's like that backmasking. But then if you look deep, you find it. It's like, fuck the devil, fuck that shit. We believe in life legit and something else I can't remember, but
Yep.
yeah, incredible. Echo Side is so dark, eerie. The beat's crazy. Love it, man. It's the first like taste of Dark Lotus. The album would come out 2 years later. But yeah, Echo Side had me on him, man. Incredible. Love that
My favorite Lotus song of all time. Love that fucking song, man. I got the single because I was at Hallowicked whenever they gave you that flyer. So I'd heard it for like 3 months before it came out on Jeckel Brothers, and I never got tired of it, and still to this day haven't got tired of it. Fucking, it's like a song about like the death row of hell. It's not just going to hell; it's going to like the worst part of hell.
Yeah, worse.
Yeah, that song's dark as fuck, and what a great introduction to the Dark Lotus.
That backwards talking like Mike was talking about, even though the message wasn't wicked, it sounded fucking evil because it's fucking backmasked fucking, it sounds like some talking tongue shit.
Meet you on the darkest corner. That shit's fire.
Hell yeah.
All right. My number 4, like I said before, like try to go with kind of like a more like, I don't know, disturbing route. So no body count in this song necessarily. So number 4 off of the Great Malenko, I got Halls of Illusions.
Are all y'all juggalos ready to move in this motherfucker? This is all because of you. The doors into the halls of illusion. Is it yours? It seems like could've, it should've, it would've been real. Let's take a walk down the hallway. It's a long way, it takes all day. When we get to the end, you'll find it shit with straps and chains. We slap you in there, lock you down tight so you can't move a thread, and pull your eyelids up over your head. You're about to witness an illusionary dream. Just too bad it ain't what it seems. You walk in and see 2 kids on the floor playing the Nintendo when he got the high score. Sitting behind them, chilling in the chair. It's your wife when you look up. It's some other man in the hand. How she looks so happy, you don't understand. See, this is an illusion that never came true. Back to reality and what you're about. Your wife can't smile cause you knocked her teeth out. And she can't see straight from getting hit. Cause you're a fat fucking drunk piece of shit. But it's all good here. Come have a beer. I'll break the top off it or shove it in your ear. And your death comes wicked, painful, and slime. And the hands of a Malenko. Great Malenko in your eye. This is all because of you. Great Malenko in your eye. It's attack, say woo, woo. I said gang ball, it's hot to the attack, say woo.
domestic abuse, child abuse, and your wife can't smile because you knocked her teeth out. Back to reality, your son's on crack. You know what I mean? It's like fucking like beat him with the cord out the telephone. Like
it's real shit.
Like yeah, it's
what we've been talking about all show. It's the real shit that fucking hits.
Yeah, it's like you hear the song and it's kind of like a rock song ish, and it's kind of like it's an ICP song, but like when you really analyze the lyrics and you really look at the subject matter of the song, it's dark as fuck, bro. Domestic abuse, child abuse, like it's fucking like damn. And it also, kind of encapsulates out the whole ICP meaning. You know what I mean? Like you're a piece of shit. You're gonna go to hell. you know. So yeah, I felt like I this was one of the songs actually that came up almost right away for me when I was thinking about this list. I was like, it's a little bit like, I guess, unorthodox because nobody dies and shit, but it's got like some of the darkest themes that ICP really ever touched. They don't really go into that stuff too much in their music like that anyway. That descriptive anyway. So yeah, Halls of Illusions 4.
And your daughter got nut stains on her back.
That video did such a great job of explaining what the song was about too. Once you've seen that video, man, they're literally acting it out in front of you, so it really popped off in your head. It's like we've been talking about all show. It's that real shit, man.
Yeah, that's dark as fuck. I mean, imagine being like a kid, getting beat up like that by your parents and shit. Like that's dark. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about, like with Under the Moon. That's like some shit where you're just fucking tortured to death more than fucking getting your head sliced off with a fucking hatchet. Like that's fucking a slow, agonizing existence. So that's just dark to me for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, number 4, going to Hell's Pit. Truly Alone. This is like the epitome of Hell's Pit, like the dark shit that they were trying to go for. There ain't nobody asking me where I've been. There ain't nobody that would name me as a friend. Like that's the first 2 lines in the song. Come on. And then it just goes off crazy. And then the third verse, he just goes into a Circle K and starts killing motherfuckers. And
fucking hard.
this is what happens when people are truly alone. They fucking do fucked up shit because they feel like there's nobody out there to talk to. Ain't nobody reaching out to check on them and shit. That is the definition of a dark song right there that everybody can relate to.
So hard.
Hell yeah. Move it up to the 3 spot. This song might be the most mentioned song in fucking 5-piece history, Mental Warp.
My body I can keep reaching just enough. I see my pedals there, but yet I have no head. My head is in a chair. I'm staring at the moment. I look as if I'm weak. So give me back my soul. My body you can keep. Keep on on. Keep on on. Listen to this baby. I'm playing for my children. This is the real. I can't get some shit. I fall for money. I shall, they dress up as a clown. I'm screaming, yes, I'm doing. We dance about the cemetery underneath the moon. Here I go, I'm the night stalker. I'm staring at you, winking through your window like a stalker. I tell you in the glass, I lick you with my tongue. I noticed that the house is standing, I'm making it no one. Underneath the carpet, underneath the boards, I'm getting feeling get ready. The record's back to life, it is chewing through my cheeks. That's a work. That's a work.
If a nightmare had a sound, it'd be this fucking song. Like, it's so fucking just weird, and the sound behind it's so fucking evil sounding. It just sounds like a nightmare when you're listening to it. And Jay's fucking lyrics go fucking perfectly, like almost like a dream state when you're fucking listening to it. Staring at the ceiling, the roof has a face. It's telling me I don't belong with the human race. He's asking me to join him in eternal sleep. I give him my soul, my bodies I can keep. And then my favorite line, of course, is their eyeballs are bloody, their skin is ever pale. They're asking me to follow. I shall. They dress me as a clown. I'm screaming as a loon. We dance up at the cemetery underneath the moon. It's just so scatterbrained, man. It's, like I said, it's like a nightmare come to life. Listen to that thing. I love that song. It's one of my favorite ICP songs of all time. I bought Tunnel of Love fucking XXX tape from Hot Hits in my first trip to Detroit, so I could listen to that motherfucker. And it's a different version on Tunnel of Love, by the way. I like the one that came out on Forgotten Freshest and eventually the 20th anniversary of Malenko. Way better. I'll go Mental Warp at the 3 spot.
Love that song.
Yeah, it was cool getting to see that shit live at the gathering.
Still CD called me when that shit was playing.
Yeah, that was the track 17 in that fucking set too. So they knew it was going to be big. So they made that like the shined on track of that set, man. And I know old school juggalos that did really know a lot of those songs that they were playing before. As soon as that Mental Warp hit, they was fucking into it.
Number 3, back to that just phenomenal fucking, little box trifecta. I got the Killing Fields.
made of nails. I'm trying to roll off, my skin slowly tears away. My flesh is tough, to the pennies I begin my day. Walking out the house this morning, the sky is red. The streets are crowded with the bodies of the living dead. They're trying to die, they're looking over rooftops. They always screaming pain as my body flux. I'd rather stay inside my home and only pray to die. But my house has been on fire since like 85. I can only stand at night of the fatal smoke. But see, you never die, you only burn and choke. And so I leave out the house and walk the land. Wild pigs running to eat off the dying men. And look around you, there's bodies hanging from the trees. But they're not dying, they're only crying. Now in the summertime it's like a whole nother realm. The deadly rangers are like the murder sign. The little cries, the meaning of the screaming night. It's raining thunder, the screaming silent wilderness. I thought I saw a little thing, with fire sword. That's when the fires for. It's raining blood, kidneys, and livers from the sky. The records when you die. You're coming to the killing of shadows.
What shadow is it? When that fine woman comes, when the curtains are drawn, the windows are shut, the doors are closed, and you've written what you've written.
Going to the killing field.
What about it, mister? You had your laughed at your family, laughed at your little wife.
As I feed off a dead pig, I'm thinking back to when it had hurt me. How I wouldn't act, I would steal from the poor. I laugh at the sick, but in the killing fields, you get your fucking neck ripped. So once I walk along, I meet a lot of strange folks. Some people with no eyes and gashed open throats. And if they notice your eyeballs are working well, they're trying to dig them out of school and go for self. Now when the summertime is like a whole nother realm, while I be on fire and no shit overwhelmed. To walk outside, the heat was surely kicking brain. Tried to run across the street, their head across the face. Victims in a panic running from the heated lights. Underneath the city, into the warphouse. It's a war has gone, it becomes a new land. But there's no food safety. And now it's been 7 months, I'm barely fed. I chase a baby Pumico with a human's head. It's steady screaming, let me be, let me be. And while I chase it, there's another demon chasing me. All of time moves backwards, I'm going home. And still the clouds are burning fire, and so untold. And there's a lot of living souls, such as the rich, that choose to live like a bitch. I'll see you in the killing field.
You had your big time.
No! We don't wanna see the killing field.
What about it? You used time. Your burned out shell at 25 years of age.
Fucking dope as fuck. Jay said if you got like the 20th anniversary Riddle Box in the book, he said this is the first song about hell they wrote, you know? And it's just so evil that come on down. Like, come to hell. You getting that sample. You can go to hell. I don't know what the fuck it is. That's just hard, bro. Beat is incredible. Jay's talking about this walking through hell, meeting different people. It's like I meet a lot of strange folks. Some people with no eyes and gashed open throats. Shit is fucking hard, bro. Just walking through hell and just being fucked up by the fucking shit you see. I love it, man. Incredible, bro. Like that, like I said, 13 to track fucking 15 is just evil. And Killing Fields is amazing. You got Lakes Diamond doing the preacher, you know? Oh, man. Fantastic. I can't get enough of that song, The Killing Fields, at my number 3. Love that shit, yo.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Hey, you talk about that being the first song about hell that they produced and did themselves, and then you think about your last song you picked, Echo Side. Like, this could have been part 1 of a movie, and then Echo Side's fucking sequel to it. It just got darker. Just got darker. Stepped it up.
Like I said, that come on, that fire, bro.
The Riddle Box, like, it's like such like a upbeat album, and then Old Evil Eye comes on, 12, Killing Fields. It just gets dark really fucking quick.
My one thing I would change in history is have Mental Warp put on that motherfucker right in that lineup with all those songs, because it would go perfect. And then like Riddle Box would be 17 tracks. Like, I don't know how Mental Warp got kicked off. It would be perfect right there at the end, that end run where it's all wicked and shit. That would be a perfect song. It was recorded for it and then kept all. They said it sounded too much like all those other ones that were on that last run. But for me, man, I'd have loved to have that shit on Riddle Box.
Fuck yeah.
All right, Jokerz Gallery said that he thought he had the most mentioned song on 5 Piece. I beg to differ, because my number 3 is Prom Queen.
Everybody has a real good time. She'll be my prom queen. She'll be my prom queen. Everybody has a real good time. Another morning, I must get up and go to school. I'm taking too long getting dressed, trying to look my best. Because today is not your ordinary every morning. My high school prom is coming up. My daddy's wanting. I'm not the kind of thing a girl to take to the prom. It shouldn't be too much trouble because I'm very nice. My mother says I'm very handsome when I wear my good vest. And mother knows best. I got to school, I straggle through the hallways. I stop and gaze at all the girls just like always. But this time, I must now approach them. Or my daddy might get mad and rip my wrist again. It's on my jeans and her hair and matches with her face. She is so lovely, my heart pulse begins to race. I make my way between her friends and to her presence. Hello, Christine, would you be my prom queen? Would you be my prom queen? So what's the time when I could accept a no? That was before Christine is gonna have to go. My husband's made me round up when I bring her home. So now I sing and watch her practice in the gym dome. Christine is famous, she has so many different friends. Will they miss her when she's done, or will they just pretend? Nobody talks to me, I only talk to I. And I've been telling myself all day, she's gotta die. Good morning, everybody. She's gonna die! She's gonna die! She'll be my prom queen. I can be a prom king. Won't you be my prom queen? I can be a prom king. Won't you be my prom queen? I can be a prom king. Won't you be my prom queen? Everybody has a real good time.
Has a fucking dark song for a couple different reasons. There's the obvious reason, which is, you know, he goes to school and murders this girl that he has a crush on, and then he has like these like delusions of, you know, setting up this prom and like you know, reenacting this prom at his home. But then there's also the line where he's like, instead of burning me, he'd probably come and hug his son, basically implying that his father beats him. And then he's also got the line at the end, which is, you know, because after all, that's how my daddy did my mother, which basically implies that his father also murdered his mother. So there's a lot of fucking like, dark,
a lot of layers to that onion.
Yeah, a lot of layers. We talked about the song, I think, quite a bit, and the different layers and things that go into the song, but it's really fucking dark. I mean, the imagery alone of him dancing with this girl that he murdered in this makeshift prom in his basement is dark as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, so I had to put it on the list. I know we put it on a lot of our lists, but it's such a fucking good song. And like I said, it's dark as fuck.
Got $1 left. I bought a Fago Punch. Come on, that's that like crisp October night bumping that shit like I used to do. Oh, it's fucking incredible.
And that same thing going along with like Halls of Illusions with the child abuse stuff running through it, like you were talking about with the lyric. He doesn't say it and come out and say it, but it almost makes it darker that you got to interpret it through his lyrics.
Yeah, this is like tippy top tier Jay storytelling. Like maybe one of his best storytelling songs of all time, in my opinion, because of all the layers and everything that goes into it.
Incredible.
Yeah, I don't even know if he knew how many layers was going into it as he was writing it. That's one of those things that like fans break down, and like the person that created it's like, damn, I didn't even think about that shit.
Jay at home right now is like, oh shit.
Oh yeah. All right, coming in at my number 3, and maybe when he was preparing for the prom to go, you know, with his prom queen, he had Mr. Johnson's head in his book bag. I don't know.
Oh shit.
Before we get started, let me say this. I'm not as friendly as I look, and I'm not as funny as I look either. Well, let's get started. We're gonna pick up Mr. Johnson also.
Sitting in my class with my head on my breast. Teachers trying to talk, but I could give a fuck less. I'm staring at this freak that I know I'm in love with, but she don't even know my name. It's always been the same. I just lay my head down and drown in my spit. Nobody even notices I'm here, cause I ain't shit. I'm hearing voices, but I don't know what they're saying. Sweat is on my forehead, cause my brain is like decaying. And it's bitch that I love, probably don't have no idea. She's talking to her friends, I'm in the corner and I see her. Something's happening, but it isn't very clear. Sounds like a bell, sounds like an electric chair. Singing more, walking in a crowded hall. So many different faces that I throw up on the wall. Some are yelling sick, and the other stop and stare, but I don't care. I'm in a hurry, going nowhere. See me in this minute, cause I'm lonely and I'm twisted. But I have a secret, everybody missed it. Just a nobody, and I think it's a trap. But I got Mr. Johnson's head in my book Leave me alone! Leave me alone! No! I can't take this. I can't take this. Let me be. No! I cut his head off. I cut his head off. I cut his head off. Everybody leave me alone!
First time I heard this song, I was in middle school. I fucking hated school. And I'm like, dude, just put any of my teacher's name on this fucking song right here. Here we go. You know, it's just fucked up, man. talking about killing his teacher, walking around with the teacher's head in his book bag, leaves his body in the fucking hallway for people to find. You know, all the students are wondering, where's Mr. Johnson? The substitute teacher is, well, he's sick. He's not here today. Whatever. I love this shit, man. I love the original off Ringmaster, but I think the remix is even more darker. The vocal effect that he uses on the shit, the beat is darker. Both versions are fire, though. Just a fucked up song about killing your teacher, walking around with his head in his book bag.
Any kid that went to school like had some kind of fantasy about killing some teacher at some point. I don't care how fucking like mellow of a kid you are. You're mad enough at some teacher at some point of vision, like chopping that motherfucker's head off, throw it in your locker or something. So Jay was like relating to people with that song. And then I remember whenever like I was getting into ICP shit, man, like that song was everywhere. It was on Ringmaster, like you talked about. It was a Hallowicked single. It was on Forgotten Freshness. So that motherfucker was everywhere, ingrained in like Juggalos during the highest like amount of Juggalos being around. So that's probably a song that a lot of people still like will hear that aren't even Juggalos now and hear it around Halloween time. Be like, damn, that shit's fresh.
Cause I got Mr. Johnson's head in my book
bag. Whenever they do it live, it's dope too. I don't know if they do it every time, but I know whenever they were doing, I can't remember what show it was, but they had like school desks lined up and people sitting in it, and then a dude with a fucking head in the book bag and everything. So they made it theatrical for the live show. So that shit was fucking fresh.
Still got the food stamp folded in my sock. It's good popping. Love that shit.
Move it up to my 2 spot with Confessions.
They say it's hard to live down a checkered past. A man with a criminal record often has a tough time going straight. Men and women who've tried to shift over to what the world calls virtuous living often report they just won't forget, they won't let me forget. There's one story we haven't told though till now. It's the story of what happened to a man who made the switch from the things of God to the things of the world.
Father, I confess for doing it. I had a brain, but life had to ruin it. Screwing these thoughts, twist it, infect it, chill, dissect it, don't respect it. When you put me in a cage full of animals, savages and cold-blooded cannibals, I can't help but become what's around me. Tried to run, but they found me, surround me. Then they choke ya and provoke ya, try to smoke ya, turn you to a joker. I tried to rip it off, but it's all I know. The only thing I ever knew. So what to do? Look at you, a big until you're growing old. You're growing mold with a soul that's freezing cold. So I confess, but even if I'm all wrong, I'll be down with the clown till I'm dead and gone. A wicked carnival. Everybody's got a ticket. They're looking for
it's like a criminal confessing his sins to a like priest or something like you do in religion. So it's got like the religious overtones as well, and like the just standout lines of the song or the end of each verse. Even if I'm all wrong, I'll be down with the clown till I'm dead and gone. And then look at them, all the wicked masses. That's why I'm down with the clown till I'm ashes. Like that's some of the most memorable lines in ICP's entire 30-year discography to me. Like that's something I'm gonna sing every time I hear that fucking song come on. I'm gonna sing those fucking lines at the top of my lungs until the day I die. This I confess, but I really could care less. I tried and I tried, but fate was not on my side. Just another like slow, eerie delivery where the audio matches up perfectly with what he's talking about in the song. Just done so well. Had to make my list. I think it's a super slept on song in the discography. I'm guessing since they put it out with the Malenko 20th, it was recorded in that time frame, and that would have fit perfectly on Malenko, but it ended up coming out on Forgotten Freshness 3. So if anybody's sleeping on it, definitely check that shit out on fucking Spotify or whatever you listen to on the radio so you can hear it at the best quality. That shit's fucking fire.
Amazing song. I'll keep this short and sweet because I want to get into those bonus questions too, and I know Luke gotta go. Luke already mentioned it, so Ennis was mentioned on Speech at Clout tonight. My number 2 is Walking to the Darkness, 04, House Pit. Fucking grimy as fuck, you know. I ain't gonna rhyme it because me and Luke did it together down there, you know. The name of the witch just got the head off the mule. I got it. Amazing, man. I already talked about it. Fucking fire, bro.
I'll be shocked if, like Luke said, that doesn't start off Bloody Sunday.
Yeah.
They have to do it like they did on the Hell's Pit tour. Come out with the fucking
the staffs and shit. Yeah.
I beat that. Boom.
And the robes.
Hallowicked too, 2019. The Hallowicked.
Yep.
They did that too.
So yeah, they've got to do that shit.
Hell yeah.
Flames.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, we talked about the violent dark block on Riddlebox and I think 12.
The wicked shit will never die. 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 Welcome to Welcome, my dead friends, spectacle, insane clown posse. Until dawn, I remember every face. Spirits show me every place. First one sleeps inside his bed. Place my fingers on his head. To each temple full push and smother till my fingers touch each other. Next one makes love to his wife, only wish to take his life, for his family's done no wrong. Place his children on the lawn, tell the missus leave the room, lest she wish to witness film. Grab a squirmy, filthy note, shove a dresser down his throat. I was quickly used my gift, next to work the midnight shift, drinking coffee in the back. I will listen to them chat, hear them speaking of my death, hear the laughter in their breath, but the laughter quickly died when their heads collide. My bones becoming stiff, and now I wonder endlessly. The spirits have abandoned me. My limbs are falling piece by piece. My ears and fingers in the street, but still you see no morning sun. And here's my victim's early run. Quickly grab him from behind, round his neck with fishing twine. Keep him still and pull the string, watch his head go bobbling. Listen to my riddle song, even though my crime was wrong. Murder me just for your love, and I'll be back for all of y'all.
This goes, I guess, a little bit against what I said earlier about my list, because the song is straight.
Just a body count. Straight. Literally.
Killing motherfuckers. Like, and it's not only killing motherfuckers, it's the way he's killing motherfuckers. Like, the descriptions are, like, insane. Like, place my fingers on his head, to each temple, push and smother till my fingers touch each other. Like, the visuals of that shit. Fishing twine, watch his head go bobbling. Like, the way he describes each death is fucking brutal as fuck. Every single one. And it's just like boom, 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 one after the other. And then
operate, then strap her down, carve her face into a cloud. That's yes, wicked shit.
And then, like, you know, and then the chorus alone, you're gonna die, like fucking like manic and shit.
Time.
Yeah, and then even at the end when he's like falling apart and his limbs are falling in the street and shit, and you know, I'ma be back for all of y'all. Like, shit's fucking sick, bro. And like I said, the descriptors are really what made me put it on this list, because like the part where like his fingers touch each other, and the fucking part where he cuts off their head and their head goes bobbling and shit. It's like it's fucking insane. So I had to put it on this list somewhere. So it's on my number 2.
And like we've been talking about, not so much being reincarnated to come back and do it like some Michael Myers shit, but this is something like a juror could like have to go through if they sentence somebody to death and that motherfucker gets out of jail. Would you go try to? I'd be trying to go kill those 12 motherfuckers if I was innocent. Yeah. I'd be trying to kill them 12 motherfuckers and put me on death row. So I mean, you're not going to reincarnate and go after all of them like in the song, but it's got a little bit of reality to it as well.
Also, Jay's voice in the song is also really fucking
incredible.
Yeah, so
I think one of the greatest songs ever made.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think another reason why his voice is so raspy and fucked up today is because he was doing all these weird shit with his voice back in the day, really straining that shit.
That's why I can't believe Shaggy hasn't blown his voice. This has been super crispy, raspy since like 91.
Yeah. All right, number 2, The Stalker.
So I'm giving this soul piece of shit, right? Here's this smoke cheap poo at the stoplight. How's about a date? 2 tickets for the circus, pick you up at 8.
Fuck no, you're a loser.
Yeah, but I stick my boot up your ass. But I ain't nagging. To the next light in my pink Volkswagen. Excuse me,
bop boop. I'm back in the stone brick house. Candlelight dinner and some Mexican chow. Yeah, I know she gonna show up. Tick tock, tick. No luck. Peek through her windows, jack off in the backyard. Somebody pop a Jokerz card. And you know when Joker caught you, things you do when you's a stalker.
Are you okay?
I don't know, because I know he'll be back. He always comes back. I'll never be able to lead a normal life again.
It's okay.
The stalker. I think that this all likes me, yeah. She tells you to fuck off with such class. I think that this all likes me, yeah. Go on and get that ass. I'm gonna stop this hoochie. Hoochie, hoochie, hoochie. I'm gonna stop this hoochie. Hoochie, hoochie, hoochie. I've been honking for about 2 weeks, and I ain't even got a fucking kiss on the cheek. She with some fuck face. I'ma put that college boy in a neck brace. I gotta just chill. She loves me lots and that's for real. That night I stuck in a back door with a bucket of chicken and a bottle of Faygo. Tick-tock, creeping, cause I know my baby's sleeping. Snuck through the bedroom, looked through. She stuck me in the eye with a broom. Pulled it up, popped my eye back and I can't find her. Ran through the bedroom, ran through the living room, ran for the bathroom, gotta take a dune. Now I stress pulling out my hair. I think I heard that bitch upstairs. Up the steps, wicked clown. Then I hear a clicking sound. Honey, is that you? How's about a kissy smoochy poo? Her daddy's done to my nut. Did never like the bitch anyway. Fuck it.
So what'd you do?
I tried to run, but he was always right there, just ahead of me. He would always catch me and hurt me.
I think that this all likes me, yeah. She tells you to fuck off with such class. I think that this all likes me, yeah. Go on and get that ass. I think that this all likes me, yeah. She tells you to fuck off with such class. I think that this all likes me, yeah. Go on and get that ass.
The stalker.
Off Beverly Kills 50187. This one's extra creepy because I think this one's based off real events, because on the EP itself you got voice messages that were left by some guy for Violent J's then girlfriend.
Yeah, that's
That shit-
creepy.
I remember the first time hearing that, like 14, 15 years old, being like, oh, this is like scary as fuck, yo. Like listening to that shit creeped me the fuck out. Still does to this day.
I didn't think there was a chance that was real. And then when I found out it was real, that's what made it extra creepier. Like, oh my God, there's some dude that was really trying to spit game like that.
Yep. But I fucking love this song, man. Beverly Kills 50187 is just classic EP. Maybe the best song on the album. But this shit is I think it's dope because, again, the real life aspect, like guts on the ceiling and shit like that. It's just it goes super hard, man.
Incredible song.
Oh yeah.
Move it up to my one spot I already talked about previously, Truly Alone.
Probably gonna get to see Jay rap the fucking last word for this.
Asking me where I've been, there ain't nobody that would pay me as a friend. There ain't nobody that's dropping by to say hi. There ain't nobody that's caring whether I live or die. I have nobody to tell about my growing angers. I have nobody to tell about me following strangers. There ain't nobody making sure I'm taking all of my pills. There ain't nobody slowing me down and keeping me still. I'm truly alone. For so long, before the man's mind is truly alone. Be alone for so long, before the man's mind is so alone. chop your block off. I get so bloody, I ruin all of my clothes. I get so bloody, I sit in the dark alone. I have nobody to tell about my dark races. I have nobody to tell about my dark realities. There ain't nobody around me, nobody wanna be friends. I get so bloody, all I need, the mess never ends. I'm truly alone. So long, before a man's mind is truly alone. Be alone for so long, before a man's mind is so alone. Be alone for so long, before a man's mind is my brain is gone. Be alone for so long, before a man's mind is gone. Walking through a super cake, it went to the back. I started asking questions, checking out the chainsaw rack. They had a test model. I pulled the quarter down and run, turn the blade on the kid, working the blood started gunning. What the fuck am I doing? I dropped the shit, started crying, hanging down 2 hours before some hero clothesline. I got up, grabbed the shoulder, stabbed him in the gut. I pulled it out and ran it across the back of his neck. I'm hearing sirens going off. It's no blue light specials. I turned murderer into daily life specials. So fuck that now. All y'all are gonna know me. See me on TV and be like, look, there, you're my homie. I'm more than lonely. I've lost lives on the cause. I just be so bitch of hands that the twice took off. They can't find me. I'm hiding in a flammable rack. I jump out on the deck. I put a gas in the deck. I finally made it to the front door into the parking lot. That's when I got shot a lot. I got shot. Police, the bullets and more bullets plugging me deep. I hear flashes, hear it screaming, and it's all over me. I see a crowd of people being held upon it. What he say? Oh, what should we die? I think I'm making a mistake. I finally got some recognition. Dying on my knees, ready to help. But that's compared to my life, it should be at ease. Like these ain't one.
Reality based on real shit. Anything like that hits different to me. And then you think about the time when Jay's writing this, he didn't have kids yet either. So it's a real, like, you know, it's a real fucking possibility that he could end up fucking dying alone where nobody does care about him. And like, he didn't have kids to fall back on. So he didn't know if he didn't think he could have kids because of the like, psychiatric medicine he was on back then. He said that the doctor told him he probably couldn't have kids. So he probably thought he was going to end up dying alone because he fucking wasn't able to have kids, didn't have any yet. He was hitting near 30. So it was just hitting different, man. And like Rone was talking about, he performs that song now and seeing him like, this song probably wasn't even on my list until like 5 years ago. Until I see him like sing that song and almost like start breaking down, thinking about what he was going through whenever he wrote that track. So the reality, like I said, is what was going to be on top of my list, and I'll put Truly Alone at the 1 spot.
Fuck yeah. If you know me, you know what it is. Like, straight the fuck up. I worship this song. Riddlebox, 12.
Showed me every place. First one sleeps inside his bed. Place my fingers on his head. To each temple, push and smother till my fingers touch each other. Next one makes love to his wife. Only wish to take his life. For his family's done no wrong. Place his children on the lawn. Tell the missus leave the room, lest she wish to witness doom. Grab the squirmy goofy goat and shove the dresser down his throat. I must quickly use my gift. Next to work a midnight shift, drinking coffee in the back. I will listen to them chat, hear them speaking of my death. Hear the laughter in their breath, but the love too quickly die when their heads collide. Growing worse. Next one's working as a nurse. Have to make a doctor's call. Tread my body down the hall. Grab a scalpel and a blade. Time to play the nurse's aid. Operate and strap her down. Carve her face into a clown. Killed another, then 3 more. Now we're down to only 4. This man finds a taxi cab. Another wicked life to grab. Screaming like he thought I died. Let's go for the taxi ride. In the wreck of twisted steel, the steering wheel becomes his meal. This man watches his TV, scanning channels endlessly. Stops at station 44. It's the wicked clown show. Watch me juggle, watch me dance. In 3D, watch me enhance. Watch me crawl out from the screen and squeeze your neck until you're gray. There's just one left. I feel my bones becoming stiff, and now I wander endlessly. The spirits have abandoned me. My limbs are falling piece by piece, fires and fingers in the screen. But still you see no morning sun, and here's my victim's early run. Quickly grab him from behind, round his neck with fishing twine. Keep him still and pull the string. What you say, go mama lead. Listen to my riddle song. Even though my point was wrong, murder me just for your lore, and I'll be back for all of y'all. I'll be back for all of y'all. Oh yeah, I'll be back for all of y'all. Oh yeah, I'll be back for all of y'all. Oh yeah, I'll be back for all of y'all. 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 I'll be back for all of y'all.
Dog, incredible, man. I love this shit so much. Already broken down by Luke Lovely, but the line that just gets me going fucking crazy is first one sleeps inside his bed, place my fingers on his head, to each temple, push and smell that till my fingers touch each other. Like there's that Jason shit that's crushing your fucking cranium.
Straight up.
I fucking love it. That take the scalpel and the blade. Oh my fucking
Time
God.
to play the nurse's aid.
So fucking good. It's just so fucking good, man. I can't even fucking fathom how much I love this song. Like a year or two ago, when me and Luke, Still City, and the homie Dustin did a top 10 ICP songs, that was number 2. You know, Cassie by number 1, but yeah, 12, number 1, darkest ICP song. Dumb hard.
Also, another one that's one of the most mentioned songs ever in 5-piece history.
Oh, it's in the Hall of Fame with like.
We're gonna have to retire it like TRL was doing corn videos at some point.
Straight up, bro.
Once we've mentioned it 65 times, we gotta retire that shit. That murder.
12 is fucking up there.
Yeah.
Well, my number 1 is also up there as well. It might have to get retired at some point. In my opinion, one of the greatest psychological horror songs of all time, Amy's in the Attic.
My number 1 as well.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
They better be doing the phone number mystery. Even though she died, Amy has to hide. Nobody must ever know that I made me sick. Lock her up forever in the attic. Because if I think by him thinking that she really died, I'm thinking if it's really true, then I can buy him telling even if I really meant to do it. Should I leave him, make him do it? Should I walk her terrace, never see him fall until I finish? No. Amy's in the attic, and my brain is gonna stand. My brain is gonna stand. Every day of suffering is never gets it past. Only when it's good and the nightmares last. Sitting in my living room, I'm feeling this strange feeling. I think I'm hearing tiny footsteps on the ceiling. Living for your life, the image isn't clear. I think I see a little girl standing at the rear. I awake in the blink of an eye. Voices from the attic yelling, why? Living in the box, breaking on the walls, rattling the locks, feeding off the roaches, rodents and filth. And when there's nothing left, she feeds off herself. Why do I think of baby in this way? She was just a little girl running out to play. Maybe in this good dream, maybe an attic. Maybe there's no Amy in the attic after all. Maybe it's a family lie, I'm thinking that she really died. I'm thinking if it's really true, then how come I am telling you? And if I really meant to do it, should I be a victim? Should I want the terrorist as a seal for my share of it? No. Amy's in the attic and my brain is gonna stand. Amy's in the attic and my brain is gonna stand. Not dead. Never. She's not dead. Never. Amy isn't dead. Amy isn't dead. Amy isn't dead. Amy isn't dead. Never. My brain is gonna stay. They must do the math. Going through is automatic. With the bullet trigger, with this breaking chains, they keep me locked in my brain. No, I'm nothing small and pain that I'm wrong. Maybe it's just a fantasy that's staring up too long. Amy isn't dead. I never knew her name. I was just a boy. How can you blame me? wall. I see a dying little girl is floating down the hall. Slowly coming towards me, her arms is running wide. Opens up her mouth to show the maggots inside. Crying, dying, rotting is the feeling. Turning to some blood, dripping from the ceiling. Lifting on my head, it's like a stick of body hunting. And then I'm coming to the eye. Pass me by, I'm thinking, did she really die? I'm thinking if it's really true, then how come I am telling you? And if I really meant to do it, should I be a victim to it? Should I walk in terrorist and see if all our terror is? Yes! Hey, these idiotic, if my brain is gonna stand. Hey, these idiotic, if my brain is gonna stand.
So fucking dark. Like, it's innocence lost is what it is. It's, you know, just a little kid playing on the playground with his childhood friend and like accidentally like knocks her over and kills her. And then this little kid carries her dead body, her dead corpse up into his attic. And then he locks it away in his memory. And then he starts to have like delusions of like, did that happen or was I having a nightmare? And he's living with this all his life. And then one day he's like, all right, I'm going to like, I have to find, is this real? It's like driving me crazy. Like I'm seeing her, like, you know, when I'm awake, I'm seeing her in my dreams. I have to find out, is this fucking real? Right? So he goes up into his attic and yes, that's the last word in the song. Yes. Fucking real. Her corpse is in the attic. Fucking dark as fuck.
It's as good as anything Stephen King's ever written. Fuck you. That's as good as any fucking story that Stephen King's ever fucking written.
Yeah, without a doubt. Greatly broken down by Luke right there. This song, when you asked me to be part of this show, instantly, it was like, Amy's in the Attic, number one. Like, I just have to figure out what the other four are. Classic. Easily one of the best songs they've ever done, man. Violent J, the pre-chorus, how many years have passed me by? I'm thinking, did she really die? I'm thinking, if it's really true, then how come I am telling you? And he's just rolling, like, just doesn't even take a breath during that whole shit. And like Luke said, that at the very end, yes. And the way he hits that yes, it's like, woo, that shit's fucking fire. Like, she's really in the fucking attic. It's a scary ass song, man. Like, this could be like a movie, a TV show or something. Dope.
Yeah, that should give you goosebumps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love that. I love that album. You know, they were talking about it during those live streams. Again, they were talking about this song and how it would be all three of them, Mikey, Clark, Shaggy, and Violent J, mixing the song down, turning the knobs. And
turning the volumes up and shit.
Yeah, how they fucked it up on this song, but they left it because they just trying to do it too many times. They said, fuck it, and just kept it. But, man, I love this shit, man. Exactly the way it is on Terror Wheel. Just great storytelling, like Violent J is known for.
Terror Wheel so dark. Thoughts in my head of a clown? Fire, bro.
Yeah, we need to We could get Esham to fucking remaster them fucking sideshow EPs, like he was just talking about with them fucking doing the fucking leveling themselves as the tracks live. It's just however many homies you had in the studio is what controlled the levels of those volumes, and like Esham be killing fucking remasters from that era. I'd love to hear those fucking sideshows remastered. That's my only complaint about the sideshows; they're not loud enough.
Oh yeah.
Dope getting a look at the darkest tracks of ICP's entire career. Like I said, just a few days away from Bloody Sunday. I'm sure you'll hear some of these tracks right there. Put your top 5 in the comments. We'll get to them next week. Before we get out of here, I always do top 5 questions involving the topic we're talking about. Go ahead and get into the 5 questions. Question number 1. What are Esham's 3 darkest tracks?
I got Kill the Fetus off Kill the Fetus. Got 13 Ways of Judgment Day. That's dark as fuck. 13 Ways to make yourself stop breathing. It just tells you some instructions how to do it. And then I got Helter Skelter, the Helter Skelter version, the EP version. Fucking flames.
Yep.
Yeah, I was saying actually before we started, I was telling him, I was like, I don't know Esham's fucking discography as well as you do, but I got 9 Dead Bodies, Voices in My Head, and then I also have Helter Skelter.
Oh, fire.
Hell yeah. Esham, there's plenty of dark songs to pick from Esham. I would go Would You Die For Me off Closed Casket. Talking about, being with this girl, how much do you really fucking love me? Would you die for me? Talking about she's pregnant. She fucking kills the baby in her belly. Like, that's fucked up. Living in Incest off Judgment Day. I mean, that's just the title right there. That's dark as fuck, man. Then you listen to that song. It's hard to listen to that song. It's so fucked up. And then Everyone off Tongues. I love that shit. Everybody Must Die. I love that shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was a plethora to pick from Esham. For me, I'll go Devil's Night because it's on Devil's Night when Bloody Sunday's going down. I was like looking at this if these guys were opening the show, so that'd be perfect. And I mean, not only is he burning down shit like people do on Devil's Night, he's setting people on fire in the song, so it's also dark. Symptoms of Insanity because Austin Chains fucking samples in it from Dirt, so immediately I love that song. And then 9 Dead Bodies, like I think Luke mentioned. Question number 2, what are the 3 darkest Dark Lotus tracks?
I got I Want to Die. Just incredible. I love that. Shaggy's Time to Go. Fucking flames, bro. Headache. Hurt Myself. All off Tails.
Nice, straight up.
Yeah.
I've got Call Upon Your Gods, Morbid.
Oh, that's just hard.
Headache as well.
Oh yeah. I got Call Upon Your Gods, Headache, and Backwards off Opaque Brotherhood. I think it's dark because they're just telling you these fucked up stories in reverse. Love that shit.
I'll go Headache. I already talked about Heinous, and then previously talked about in our top 5 list, Echo Side. It's a Dark Lotus track to me, and it's about the fucking death row of hell, so pretty dark for me, so I'll go with those 3. Question number 3, darkest 3 TwiZtiD tracks.
Got Murder, Murder, Murder.
Also another might be the most mentioned ever.
Oh, most tasteless. I got Home Shabam of the Green Book. And I got When I Get to Hell of Wicked.
I've got Ha 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 Ha. I've got Marsh Lagoon. And then, I mean, come on, bruh. Murder, Murder, Murder. You already know that.
Yep. My 3, Murder, Murder, Murder. Fall Apart off Freak Show. That shit's dark as fuck. And Ha 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 Ha.
I went In Hell off Darkness, especially Monoxide's verse about basically going to hell, taking over hell, and bringing JB Madrox back from hell. I think that's fucking super dark. I'm Alright off fucking Freak Show, and then all the above off Wicked, where they're talking about basically being buried alive, and they can hear their homies up there smoking and like in their honor and shit, and hear them coughing, hitting the blunt, and talking about their mom coming and dropping off flowers. They can't get out because he's locked in the casket. I mean, that'd be fucking horrifying. So I'll go with those 3 for that one. What about the 3 darkest Zool tracks?
I got Lost Cause of the Almighty. I got Prayer for Church of Zool. And I got Deathbed off that Mausoleum.
I've got Crawling, Skin, and I got that Blood, Moon, and Back.
I love you to the blood.
I got Preach off Psycho Volume 1, Belial off Almighty, and Decomposing off Almighty.
Decomposing.
Crawling, Belial, and Deathbed for me. Pretty much, we're hitting on a lot of those same tracks from Zool for sure. A little bit more wide open of a category here, though. 3 darkest mainstream tracks of all time. Anything non-Juggalo. It ain't got to be like something that's top 40. Just anything non-Juggalo, basically.
Got DMX, The Omen, featuring Marilyn Manson, fucking Flames, talking to the devil type shit. Then I got the Notorious B.I.G., Suicidal Thoughts. When I die, fuck it, I want to go to hell. Because I'm a piece of shit, ain't hard to fucking tell. Don't make sense going to heaven with the goody goodies. Dressed in white, I like black Timbs and black hoodies. Nigga, that shit fire.
It is.
Like a ghetto voice. Mind playing tricks on me. How more dark can you get that anxiety? Like, you're a drug dealer, you selling niggas fucking kilos of golden flour, fucking, golden flour, you know, instead of
some
cocaine.
bunk shit.
You know? And then you're thinking you're going to jump this dude and you're just punching the concrete. That's some fucking dog shit. So, yeah. Ghetto Boys Mind Playing Tricks on me is definitely got to be on there.
That's some PCP shit.
Yeah. Flames.
I guess one, it's super notorious song, maybe slightly too hyped up, but I got Dance with the Devil from Immortal Technique.
Fire.
Go in, just listen to the fucking song. It's
yeah,
a storytelling
it's
song that is fucked up. Then I got Jeremy from Pearl Jam as a song. When I was a kid, this music video played on MTV all the fucking time.
Every fucking 45 minutes, like not exaggerating.
Yeah, and it's a pretty haunting song. Like Eddie Vedder fucking kills this fucking song.
Such a harmless little fuck.
And to go right along with the theme of the day, it was real. He read a fucking newspaper article about it and wrote that fucking song.
And then I got Abigail from King Diamond.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
King Diamond. Merciful Fate. My shit.
Yeah.
Mike marked out so much for that pick. All I could do was give you the fucking devil horn sign.
The song's basically about a girl that gets possessed. And
yeah, Abigail's a great album.
Yeah, it's a fucking crazy ass song. So,
all right, I'll go DMX Damien. Slipknot Purity. And Ghetto Boys, My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me.
Yeah. Thought he had King, but it was Gold Medal Flower. Shit hard, bro.
For me, I'll go Daddy by Korn. Fucking so fucking dark that Jonathan's only sang it a few times live about like just to go right on. We're talking about it's like about sexual abuse of a kid. Wasn't his dad, by the way. Everybody sees the songs like listed or called Daddy and thinks it was his dad. It was a family friend, so don't blame his dad. Then I'll go one from Metallica. Especially the video. The video is scarier than a lot of fucking horror movies. Like that fucking shit scarred me when I seen that when I was like 9 years old. Dude like got all of his fucking arms and legs blown off in war and he's just sitting there at vegetable fucking flashbacks. He got a cover over his face. Like that's another thing I was talking about with like Under the Moon just being tortured to death. Like that fucking shit gets to me. And then what I consider to be the first ever horrorcore song ever from the Beatles, Maxwell's Silverhammer. It's a fucking upbeat like song like you'd hear from ICP about murdering people with a hammer. So I'll go Maxwell Silverhammer from the Beatles.
Go bang upon his head.
It's so happy friendly. If it wasn't so happy friendly sounded, it wouldn't be fucking dark or scary. But it's like like we were talking about with a Perfect Clown song, man. It's like about murdering people to a fucking jaunty beat. Dope getting to talk about the darkness here in the underground. If you're going to the Bloody Sunday show, enjoy that shit. Get extra bloody. Check out Beneath the Dirt every Monday. Till next week, I remind you every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Fago Lovers Network. You can check out a brand new edition of 5 Piece. Until then, I'm the Jokerz Gallery. We out.
Break it down. Degenerate into something fool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. The following paid for by the New World Order.
Every day I die.
Back to the start, another try.
I got the time, so why shouldn't I? Every day I die.
Back to the start, another try.
I got the time, so why shouldn't I?
I've got too much time on my hands. Got too much time on my hands.